But you're also looking for the 9th planet.
This is the most amazing thing. So my friend Chris Lintott, who presents The Sky at Night, every year he works really hard on what we call a citizen science project. And we've had publications in the past from these things. Some of our viewers discovered a planet around a distant star one year. And the idea is that we've got loads of data in astronomy, but you really sometimes need people to look at it. And the one thing television can give you is hundreds of thousands of people who will look at data. So we've got photographs of the night sky from one of the telescopes in Australia at different times, about a month apart. So if something moves against the starry background,
it's like spot the difference.
You can see it. It really is exactly that. And we have reason to believe that there's some hint that there might be a big planet, a Neptune-sized planet out there beyond the orbit of Pluto.
Oh my God.
Oh, so further out.
Yeah, much further out. And so there's a bit of reason to think that. So if that's true, this is real science, we don't know, but if it's true, we have the photographs that our viewers can look at, and they should find it.
Because Pluto's pretty dinky anyway, and then did it get downgraded? It wasn't a planet anymore, and then is it back again now?
No, it isn't really.
It's still not a planet.
Dwarf planet. That's why we say 9th instead of 10th. But Pluto was discovered on this day.
God, I thought you were going to say on this programme then. I don't remember that.
This day in 1930, there was a little girl actually. I think she was 11 years old, and her grandmother, I think, read the Times and said there's a new planet been discovered, and she said we should call it Pluto. And they wrote to the astronomers that did it, and it got called Pluto. It was named by a little girl in 1930 on this day, actually. So we thought, well, you know, this will be incredible. I mean, can you imagine if some young astronomer of the future ends up discovering
What would we call it?
We will discover things. We'll discover asteroids and things that haven't been found before. But the ultimate would be, and it's not beyond the realms of possibility, we'll find another planet. I can't believe that.
I know, that's very cool. And talk about other planets. Do you think that it's how soon would we be able to travel to Mars, and is that ever going to be possible?
You know, I was really lucky a few weeks ago because I was in America and I got to meet Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, who runs Amazon, and Richard Branson. They've all got rocket companies now. And I asked them all, why have you got a rocket company? And they said, well, it's not to make money. It's to open up space. They really believe that in order to secure the future of our civilization, the best thing they can do with their billions is to go into space. And Elon Musk, he's already launching things to the space station. Both Jeff Bezos and Richard Branson have launched things into space and back again. And he wants to go to Mars within 10 years with a crew, and he's building a rocket now which is capable of sending 1,000 people to Mars, and he's building it. So
and what are we going to do? Leave them there?
Well, his view is we need to colonise. He wants to back up the human race. He thinks that having this beautifully valuable thing, the human race on one planet, is dangerous.
I thought that Mars was like just impossible to live there.
It's actually quite nice. We know there's a lot of water there now. You know, you can't breathe there, but there's water, there's everything you need to live.
So how are you going to breathe then?
Well, you'd have to have a spacesuit initially. Although they're planned within a few hundred years to start what we call terraforming, so changing the atmosphere. You can do it in principle. But this idea that we'll get people onto Mars within 10 or 20 years is really more than an idea now. It's becoming a probability, I think. It's very exciting.
Would you go?
Before I was in the States the other week, I'd have said, I'm not sure, but I think probably not to Mars, because I think that's a real pioneer thing for years. You know, it's tough people who need to go and do that. But I think going into space and seeing the Earth from space, that's going to become a realistic possibility for people in the next decade or so. And I think I would like to see that. So my promoter said we should do some more, because people are saying we'd love to see it. And he said, why don't we do bigger arenas? And I was like, no. And he said, yeah, let's do it. So we're doing these big arenas. So particularly, you know, for example, Wembley Arena. And the advantage is that I said, well, I want the biggest screen you can get. So we've got this enormous state-of-the-art kind of 60-foot sort of thing that you have 3 articulated lorries to carry or something. But the idea is to put these great, beautiful images. You've got some up here, these beautiful images we've got of the universe, to put them on it, and just I'll never be able to do it again, I don't think. So it's there's one chance to go, this is...
And is there that inner regret in you that it took space to get you to an arena and not music? That as Dream, when you were a rock star,
no, I think it's better, isn't it better that people want to come to a big, thousands of people to listen to ideas and to think about the universe? That just makes me very,
But
very
it seems
happy.
like there's a change towards it. I mean, they were saying that Planet Earth 2, there was more younger viewers that watched that than watched The X Factor this year. So there seems to be a shift in a way.
I hope. I wonder whether, you know, we hear about this post-fact world and blah, blah, and all this stuff. I wonder whether there's a reaction against that now. I wonder whether people are beginning to realise, actually, the reality of our position on this planet, the reality of the beautiful universe beyond, is more interesting than the things that you find out that are made up on the internet. I just wonder whether that's beginning to get through.
Well, you actually were a little bit more controversial there, because you said you think it's a reaction against nonsense.
Well, yeah. Well, nonsense, yeah.
And I stand by it.
Well, I
You
think
should.
we're in a world where I think because we haven't worked out how to operate social media yet, and we don't know how to check facts and the provenance of facts on the internet, I think we've got into a bit of a mess. But I think people are beginning to realise, because they're seeing the mess unfold in front of their eyes.
Yeah.
And therefore, I wonder whether this is the foundation of our civilization. We're talking about science and careful and humble exploration of nature as she is. And I think that's hopefully beginning to drift back into fashion.